All right, I am now joined by Bill Searcy, an Alpena native that has lived here for nearly 53 years. Bill, thank you for joining me this morning.
You're welcome.
Super Bowl 3 and 4, two Super Bowls that you have been to. Tell me what those experiences were like.
It was a great experience. Super Bowl 3 was really exciting because Namath predicted they were going to win the game. And I was an NFL fan and I wanted the Jets to lose so bad, and they didn't. So that's when I ended up getting a headache.
But Joe Namath, he proved the doubters wrong, and they ended up winning that game 16-7. An upset that really set the tone for this Jets organization.
And set a tone for me too, because I lost a lot of money on that game.
All right, then a little bit about Super Bowl 4. Kansas City Chiefs, they were going up against my Minnesota Vikings, and it wasn't even much of a contest.
I just remember Kansas City walking all over Minnesota. Joe Cap, I think Joe Cap was the quarterback for Minnesota. He had a terrible game. He was a good quarterback, but he didn't have a good game that day.
And you know, we talk about a little bit about these tickets because compare from now to then, it's quite a difference. The average Super Bowl price for Super Bowl 3 was $12. That's really, in today's world, with inflation, that's really $100 back in like Super Bowl 3.
Okay.
Just crazy how that is.
Right.
Just thoughts on that.
Well, there wasn't that many football fans back in Super Bowl 3. There were a lot of football fans, but not like there is today. You can't, in most cities, NFL cities, you can't even get a ticket to a football game unless you get it from a scalper.
I gotta ask you, what was the average price for a beer going to for both either Super Bowl 3 or Super Bowl 4?
You know, I think it was probably $1.
Oh my goodness.
But here's another thing. When in Cleveland at that time, when we went to the football games, we took in our own beer, took in our own food. Everybody took in coolers.
Wow. Well, they do that nowadays with like tailgating.
That's outside the stadium.
Right.
I mean, we actually went right in, took food and
wow,
beverage.
I didn't know
right
you could do that at the time.
Yeah.
Wow, but I gotta ask you this. So in 2020, where the Chiefs were taking on the San Francisco 49ers, guess what the average price for a can of domestic beer?
At the stadium?
At the stadium, yep.
Probably $10.
The answer to that is $14. An imported beer was $15, and a glass of wine was $16. Let's talk a little bit about this year's Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady. Who do you think is going to win this year's Super Bowl?
Kansas City.
Why do you say that?
Because of the speed of the team, not just Mahomes, but their whole team is just so fast. I would like to see Tampa Bay win, but I think Kansas City will win.
Final score for this game?
35-21. When the game's over, I'll go into depression until football season starts again.
Bill Searcy, thank you for taking the time to do this.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.